I am unashamedly in love with the Galaxy Note 20. Reason number one, this plastic back that everybody hates so much is a wonderful texture. It gives you just enough grip and it cuts the weight down by at least a third, so I can actually put this in my short and my pants doesn't fall down. Number two, this is the biggest screen that I am comfortable with using as a daily driver. You know I love my small phones, but this 6.7-inch beast, a 20:9 aspect ratio, which is very close to 21:9, so it's like super tall and super thin, so it just gives you enough of that grip across. And they moved all the buttons to the right hand side, just like the S20. Side note, S20 Plus, very similar dimensions. This is actually a little bit wider because of the squared off design, which is absolutely incredible. I love this in a phone. Squared off edges for the win, man. Which brings us to number three. I love the Galaxy S20 Plus camera array. It didn't have any of the autofocus issues or all those concerns with that larger 108 megapixel sensor. But Samsung just slightly tweaked the image signal processor on here, which brings you like the juicier colors, which I'm not really a big fan of. Again, this thing's portrait mode algorithm is the best right now on the phone. I don't care what you say, don't at me, but this is a Note, so you want to know about Note things, which means productivity things. Going from the screen off memo, which is now so much better, so much quicker. Yes, they haven't worked on the latency on the Note 20. That is all done through the high refresh rate and all those wonderful things, but I mean, come on guys. I don't care about latency when your accuracy isn't there, and the accuracy between the Note 20 Ultra and the Note 20 with the S Pen is kind of the same. For a writer, for someone who's a serial note taker, this is the best thing in the world. And that's where Samsung have kind of moved into a higher tier of mobile device, where it's becoming increasingly about the software. So what launched on the Note 20? Live sync notes. So within Samsung Notes, you now have the functionality to record an audio segment of whatever you are recording by taking notes. And then when you're transcribing or you are reviewing your notes, you can just click on a place in there and it will play you that audio clip as well. And with further integrations into Microsoft OneNote and Microsoft To Do, which is still forthcoming in a software update, this is really leveraging all of the brand deals that Samsung has built up over this past time. I'm still excited to have the Microsoft Surface Duo, but this device solves so many of my problems. This can be the only camera that you carry. I shot an entire video deep dive into colored culture. I'll link it down in the description on this very device. Yes, some of the other camera angles were using the LG G8X ThinQ, but almost entirely all of the vlog shots, all of those things, that was using this machine, because pro video mode can use external audio sources, so USB, Bluetooth, it's all there, man. You can do it all in camera and it worked out alright. So that thing was entirely produced on the Note 20. And that just goes to show what Samsung is doing here. Obviously, from a premium productivity perspective, their eye is kind of on the fold line. So Note is the middle child now, which is a weird situation. But I love the fact that it's still got all the productivity functions, as well as those lifestyle functions like the wireless charging, the superfast charging, all those things, and those content creation tools that have just gotten so much more powerful on here. Like, this is the perfect phone for me right now. It has the big screen when you want to view awesome content. It has the S Pen when you want to get fine point control, doing productivity things or actually jotting down handwritten notes. It has the power to run all of those processes. It has the battery to get you through a day, except when you are really calling on those higher powered processes. This thing is gonna get hot. This thing is gonna burn through this battery. Like, I was getting about 6 hours of screen on time, which is really good for a Samsung device. It is the absolute best I've ever gotten from a Samsung device. Let's just put that on the table. Like, look man, I'm out there, I'm pushing these devices to the absolute limit. I'm shooting full 4K videos and editing and rendering on the same device. I'm cutting podcasts on there. I'm doing the Skype recording to create the podcast on this phone. I need a tool that is going to work for me. And this is the best at doing that right now. Yes, there is no headphone jack. And Samsung makes that a very, very hard situation to deal with because that USB-C 3.2 is locked to certain categories of audio devices. So like I literally have to use a USB mic audio interface to bypass this thing's shortcomings because all of the dongles that I have do not work. But luckily, Samsung makes an entire range of wireless earbuds. But when you're doing like precision work, like video editing, like audio editing, you need real-time audio. And that's the only hole that I can punch in this thing. Now you look at the Microsoft integration. You look at how well those productivity services work on this device. You look at OneDrive being the surrogate for Samsung's cloud, which is awesome for someone like me who has a Microsoft 365 subscription. You look at how Samsung has optimized this software to embrace that kind of collaboration, that idea of computing. Man, I'm sad that this might be the last Note phone. But right now, I'm still at a point where I prefer having a phone and a tab. But if I can't have both, I would buy this. You're getting that stylus action, you're getting a big enough screen, you're getting the ability to cast the screen to a bigger display if you need to. You're getting the ability to turn this into a desktop operating system if you need to. You're getting great cameras, which can even shoot in 8K if you need to. There's so much headroom for growth built into this. And Samsung with these devices announced that they will be supporting these with 3 years of Android core updates, which is incredible. So 20 grand right now for a 5G device that can replace your small tablet, that you can grow with, and you know, because Samsung's built up their trust over the last couple of years with improving the camera quality, with improving like the core operating functions of this device, the productivity functions through thoughtful software updates. Then Samsung Pay, which is still one of the biggest lock-ins that I have on these devices. Like I would, for its media creation tools, use an LG device, but it doesn't have Samsung Pay. You know how convenient it is, man, to leave your wallet in the car and just roll around with your phone. That is just one of the many reasons why Samsung is just winning the game right now. It has the great camera. It has the added productivity of that S Pen and everything that goes with that. It has some of the best productivity app integrations on a mobile device. It has a beautiful only 1080p screen, no 60 Hz, but you don't need 120 Hz refresh rate. Like those sorts of screens use up too much resources. Like your battery life just takes an absolute dive. For what benefit? For a little bit of almost perceptible smoother scrolling? No.